many things happening at once, so much incoming despair, and yet at the same time a little bit excitement. Of course, Sanji still has to be Uda's least favorite character, getting thrown around like a rag doll, as usual. But at least now he has an opponent that I know he will defeat, because if he doesn't defeat this guy, then I really will rage. Trust me, you haven't seen me rage yet. Because I was just gonna say, okay, fine, he can't defeat Katakuri, but if he cannot defeat this guy, then it's some serious problem, especially since it's been hyped up on the same level. Yes, this is One Piece, and we got it 2 days early or something. First of all, we're finally starting with a new cover story, and it's going to be about the Grand Fleets, Volume 1 or something. Something tells me this is going to be a long one. It's the beautiful pirates ship with the straw hats, well, not bonnets, but they also have a flag of the straw hats. Either way, in this chapter, Big Mom suddenly sees that the picture has crumbled, and Brook reveals his face. However, strangely enough, everyone freaks out because they think like he pulled out his face, but he didn't. And Big Mom just gets some more confused, thinking that Brook died, but that was just a real skeleton. And of course, Big Mom realizes now that the picture is gone, her cake is gone. Yeah, she has lost practically everything. However, things do indeed not go in the plan of the Straw Hats, for a very strange different reason. Technically, three things have happened in this wedding that has messed up Big Mom's plan. The first is Luffy, the second is the cake, and the third is the photo. So what I mean is, she is so angry, she doesn't know what to be angry about. She enters a state of shock. That, I can admit, I did not see that coming. I really thought Big Mom will freak out over one thing, but no, she's so freaked out over so many things, she doesn't know what to be freaked out about. I had to admit that was clever. Oh yeah, and by the way, Pudding really still tries to shoot Sanji, but of course Sanji, like a badass, dodges the bullets. While she still rants about, I will kill you, like lose hope, like many countless people I've deceived. However, Sanji, with a very stone cold face, just says, were you also one of them who were deceived? So now I'm overthinking things a little bit, but you know when Sanji broke down in tears, I was so pissed off against that. For Uda to still make Sanji such a shoe toy, and for Pudding for making such a 180 turning personality. I really liked her, and then suddenly just turn her into such an evil character. However, Sanji's words here actually makes me question once again if those tears Sanji shed were those tears that once again my life is hellish, or were those tears that he could hear her heart? I mean, he could very well just be saying like, I said a compliment to you, so now you are lying to yourself. But it could also be that deep down in Pudding's heart, she has not wanted to do all of this. And not only killing Sanji, but deceiving everyone else. It's just natural for her. Of course, that may be overthinking things, so it could very well just be that, well, Sanji saying that she's lying currently to herself. Sanji can see into the heart of a lady, and I think that is the key to all this. But then Charlotte Daifuku, who is revealed to indeed be a minister, appears with a very weird devil fruit. He's a lampman of the Hoya Hoya no Mi. Apparently, he can summon a genie that seems to be cladded in Busuhaki, but it doesn't know. Of course, he hits away Pudding like a bastard and begins to fight Sanji. And as I said before, he throws around Sanji like a fucking ragdoll. That better not be permanent. Elsewhere, Beige has restrained Luffy just to put on a show. And it's revealed that Jinbei also have Busuhaki. That is good. But we're also introduced to and I'm not introduced again, but introduced the fourth son, that Charlotte Oven, who is revealed to have a devil fruit very similar to a filler devil fruit. Well, filler devil fruits do not count, but it's strangely similar. It's the Netsunetsu no Mi, very similar to the Atsu no Mi, meaning he's a high heat human, um, so he can really heat up. And then Brook loses his head, but he is not done because he can retach it. I hope. So, well, the straws really are all in the mess. And it also ends with the Windsmokes now being at gunpoint. And here comes the most satisfying part. Judge has a mental breakdown. He actually begins to cry. But his sons do not. And now we're getting back to that thing I have suspected for a very long time. Judge removed the emotions of his sons. They are heartless bastards, not by choice, but they are made to be that way. But now they don't even feel fear of death. I feel that is a bit not only wrong but also strange. Strike me as those kind of characters that will definitely have a breakdown when things do not go their way. Then again, their negative emotions are just negative emotions. They're just so overconfident that they are overconfident. So I guess that's how it is. But what I'm trying to say is, I suspected a little bit that eventually his three sons will turn against Judge because you cannot control emotionless machines. You cannot. This whole arc has been to show that Judge is a complete and utter moron. And not unlike Caesar, he thinks he is high and mighty. He is a genius and he's ruthless, but he is completely ignorant and idiotic. So it's pretty satisfying to see Judge cry. And let me tell you, actually, it's not surprising to see someone like him cry. This is Windsmoke Judge, a guy of immediate arrogance. Of course he would cry and say something like, he spent his whole life wanting to have revenge on the countries of the North Blue. So I'm still, yes, a bit surprised. Then how the hell did they have the firepower to repel Germa? Or did Germa not become strong as it was back then? So for him, this wedding was everything. But it's all blown. Oh yeah, and Reiju is also calm, but she's also more. But the brothers are not a bit scared at all because they don't have emotions, which he comments. The way she says this, it makes it almost sound like, yeah, things are gonna get bad. Oh yeah, and by the way, Charlotte Pero taunts Judge of all this because Big Mom is not screaming, as I said in the early before. She is such big shock, she doesn't know what to do. So Brooks' head tells them everyone else that show her the broken photo. It may do it just that. And then suddenly Charlotte Katakuri is approaching. However, he is white as a sheep, meaning he saw a horrific future, we think. So Beige screams up the plan to use in the earphones. As Luffy stretches to the broken picture, Katakuri tells Beige to kill the Straw Hat right now, but he refuses, as he says that you may see into the future a bit, but you cannot see, but there are some futures that can be changed. And the chapter ends like that. So yeah, well, will this really snap Big Mom out of her shock and finally scream? I don't know. But I did not see that coming. I have to admit, I did not see that coming. I did not see it coming that Big Mom was so angry she entered a shock. She did not strike me like the kind of character that would be so mad she would enter things like that. However, something tells me, she must enter a rage mode, and that rage mode will be more uncontrollable than ever. After all, three things just ruined her perfect day. There's no way she won't lose herself into an overwhelming rage. Seeing Judge crying was both pathetic and very satisfying. Did not like the fact that the Windsmoked children, besides Reiju, was so careless about that. It just screams despair. And also the fact that Sanji once again was thrown around like a rag doll. But Jinbei showed he has Busou Haki, so that's cool. But Pedro is also a bit struggling. I also, Beige is being a little bit awesome here, which I do not like either. Beige is a jackass, but hey, as long as he fights against the Big Mom, then I guess it's okay. So give me your thoughts if you have any.